We're sharing the ultimate Reddit marketing strategy for B2B and SaaS companies. I'm joined by Olena Bomko, who's a Reddit expert as well as a fractional product marketer. We're diving deep into which B2B or SaaS companies should think about taking Reddit seriously, an exact playbook for how you can get started, join in on subreddits, build a community, actually drive sales pipeline, and much, much more. We're going to do a complete A to Z of what you should do, what you should avoid, and everything in between. So if you're ready to get stuck into Reddit for your B2B company, let's dive in. Hey Lena, welcome to the show. How are we doing?
Hi Sam, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm good, how are you?
Doing well, excited to dive in. Please, can you give everyone a quick introduction to yourself and what you do?
I'm a product marketer. I'm a fractional product marketer and advisor. I work with B2B tech startups. Traditionally, I help them with launches, product marketing, website messaging, and LinkedIn, but I started helping with Reddit too.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited to dive in for a number of reasons. One, because I'm an absolute Reddit noob and excited to learn from someone who's an expert like yourself. Two, because nearly all my clients are asking me, like, Sam, how do we get found on Reddit? Like, what's a Reddit strategy? How can we actually start getting visibility there? And three, because Reddit's showing up like crazy right now in Google Organic, LLMs like ChatGPT. So really excited to dig into all the ins and outs of what B2B service SaaS tech companies can do to start gaining exposure, visibility, and what the yeses and the nos are when it comes to Reddit marketing. So let's dive straight in. And first and foremost, I'd like to know, is it worth the time, investment and resource for every B2B company, whether they're tech, SaaS or otherwise?
It depends on what you are going to do on Reddit and how you are going to use it. For example, a lot of companies and consultants suggest different hacks, but it's not sustainable channel for hacks. Reddit hates promotion, and you can't manipulate votes, you can't create a lot of accounts and engage with each other, but a lot of companies do this, and they are even proud of this, and they post on LinkedIn about this, but I think it's the wrong way to use Reddit. There are countless ways how you can use Reddit sustainably, and you can grow on Reddit. Who should invest in Reddit? And mostly when I started, it was, I think, B2B product-led growth companies. So if you need sales, it's more difficult, but there are different ways how companies use Reddit. And if we are talking, for example, of reputation management, all companies can do this because your current clients, customers can go on Reddit and complain. And I saw use cases when companies manages, so someone mentioned your tool and you can use a social listening tool and you get a notification and you can manage this. You can suggest a solution to their problem and this client stays with you.
Great intro. So it's funny that you say that. So I've been speaking to a few B2B SaaS companies, prospects, clients, many of which are still hiding pricing on their website. And I'll say, well, that's fine. You can hide pricing on your site, but the chances are someone's going to search your brand name pricing either on Google or an LLM, and it might not pull that information from your website. It'll probably pull it from either a disgruntled Reddit user that said, I've tried to find their pricing, they're not showing it. It actually is like whatever it is, like several thousand a month or several bucks a month. And they might put a not so happy response to that. So I'm telling a lot of folks now, like, you can either control the narrative and have it on your website, and that's just one aspect, right? Pricing is just a small fish in a huge pond of what we could discuss. Or you might see some disgruntled folks talking about Reddit or other platforms and kind of sharing their experience. So I think that's a really good starting point.
Yes. And you can control this because I think it's a great way, for example, how can you use Reddit? It's social listening. Everyone can use this because your customers talk Reddit. They ask questions and they ask questions about you. And I recommend track your brand name, your category name, maybe your competitors, use cases, jobs to be done, so you can join these conversations, you can manage difficult situations, you can suggest potential customers your tool, because some of subreddits allow promotions, but you need to disclose who you are. For example, you are a founder, so you are biased. So if you are founders, you are biased, but you can tell I'm biased, and that's totally okay. People react pretty good if you disclose this. They don't react well when you hide this. And they find out that who you are, and they are angry.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So we'll dive into this some more in a second. You mentioned just now that Reddit tends to lend itself a bit more to PLG, like product-led growth companies. Does that mean that kind of sales-led growth businesses, maybe it's not the best use of their time, or what are your thoughts there?
So I'll tell you how can companies use Reddit. So different companies can use different ways to use Reddit. For example, everyone can use Reddit for research, and there are a lot of ways how you can use it. And Reddit launched a lot of new tools. For example, Reddit Pro. It's free. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of analytics and subreddits. Also, it launched Reddit Answers. You can, it's like its search engine, and you can find what Reddit knows about you, and everyone can use this way. I also did research myself. I asked in niche communities if you, for example, need to create a piece of content and you want some input from experts or from your audience, you can ask this. Or if you have a common question, you can ask in a big subreddit called Ask Reddit. I also use this, and I ask why people use Reddit, and they gave me like 34 answers. It's very big subreddit, so you can use this way. So next is commenting. I think it's great for B2B product-led companies. Commenting in niche subreddits. You can, for example, if someone asks the best tool in category, you can suggest your tool, and it's a great way because if they can try it, and based on my experience and with my clients and with people I know, they got clients directly from Reddit. So this way, it's for product-led growth companies. But for example, as I told you, social listening, even sales-led companies can use it because people ask about pricing, as you told. People ask reviews, specifics about features, use cases. So you can also manage this all.
Awesome. So I've heard kind of getting feedback, social listening, reputation management, kind of recommending your offering, your tool, your product where people are actually asking about it. Are there any other kind of use cases that are quite big?
Yes, people started building their personal brands. If you're a founder, you can build your personal brand also on Reddit. One of the great use cases is, I started doing it, it's Ask Me Anything sessions, because you can introduce yourself to Reddit, you can show your expertise, you can tell about your tool too. Depends on the subreddit who allows this, who doesn't. What else? I love Reddit communities. I help my client build a community, and I love this because you establish rules. If it's your own community, you establish rules. It's pretty difficult to build a community on Reddit because you need settings, you need to invite people. It's pretty difficult at the beginning when a community is new and tiny. You need to communicate with people, to invite people, to manage difficult situations. But it's very rewarding because I can tell you about my client. If we used this Reddit Answers when without a community, the company was already presented on Reddit. But when you ask the best tools in this category, Reddit didn't show it because there are big players. It's the same as search engine optimization. You know, if we have big players, it's difficult.
Sure.
But 1 month and Reddit already shows it at the top.
Wow. Was that on Google results or something else?
No. It was on Reddit. Reddit launched a special search, AI search.
Okay.
And I think after this search, I think that AI chats use information from this search. And I also can tell you that from, if we are talking about communities, that the most successful, we can tell this way, posts Ask Me Anything sessions. I can tell you memes. People love memes. But
You're the meme master, Olena. And anyone that's not checked out Olena, I'm a noob on Reddit, like I say, but LinkedIn's where I spend most of my time. But if you check out Olena's LinkedIn profile, she's got some of the most unique and entertaining like custom memes in the B2B space. So well worth a check.
Thank you. But I wanted to share one insight. I was very surprised.
Real quick, if you want to start taking LLM and Google organic visibility seriously in driving a steady stream of sales pipeline through organic search and SEO, why not book a call with me over at breakingb2b.com, where we can share actionable tips, ideas, and a strategy to start making SEO a top demo, sign up, or lead driver for your B2B company. That's breakingb2b.com, or hit the link in the description below. Right, back to the episode.
The most shares from the community, from all the posts, gained a blog post. So it's a great distribution channel. So it was a Reddit post in the community, in the owned community, but it was like short posts with a link to a blog post, and it had the most shares. So it's a great also distribution channel. The problem is that most subreddits don't allow links or...
Okay, got it. We'll dive into that in a second, because this is all really useful stuff, especially for folks that are newer to the Reddit game. Is there, for anyone that's tuned in so far and thinks that I want to start taking Reddit seriously for my company, my brand, are there things that they need to do before? Like, are there foundations that they need to set up before they actually start creating accounts, going into subreddits and beyond?
Yes, for example, they 100% need to know basic Reddit rules, because it's very easy to get banned. It's very easy to do something wrong, and they need to do basics. I created this some kind of playbook, and I'll tell you about it. So you need to create 3 tables. One of the table is called keywords, and you need to mention list all your keywords. So your brand name, your category, market category, your use cases, and your competitors. It's product marketing work. It's connected with my work, so I think it's important. And you need to start tracking these keywords using social listening tool. And I can recommend you a free tool called F5Bot.
Great.
It's free, and the main thing, I think, to track your brand name and your category name. When someone asks for recommendations, you can
I see.
join and suggest your tool. So you need a table with all these keywords. Next, you need to list subreddits. I think you need 3 types of subreddits. It's small niche subreddits. You can build your audience. There you can post maybe niche posts if the subreddit allows this. Next, you need big. Sometimes you can post in big subreddits, but it's difficult. I have a story, and my friend, she's a business owner, and she mentioned her tool, not even linked, just mentioned, and she get banned.
Permanently? Ouch.
From that subreddit, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot to tell you about one way to use Reddit. It's building in public subreddits. I discovered Reddit because of these subreddits. They allow promotion, and it's great for startup founders. That's how I found out about Reddit. And in these subreddits, founders, marketers share their stories about their lessons, what they learned, what worked, what didn't. And these subreddits allow promotions and links. You know, a lot of people on LinkedIn do building in public, and people love this.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you can use Reddit this way too. You need the second table. It's about subreddits. You need to list all subreddits. And the third table, it's interesting. It's conversations that already cited by AI charts and overviews. So you need to do audit and list all the conversations that are cited in, for example, ChatGPT. You know, ChatGPT shows sources, and you need to list all these subreddits and list all your conversations. And if conversation is open, some conversations on Reddit are closed. If a conversation is open, you can join this conversation and mention your tool. And so ChatGPT can mention your tool too. So I think it's a great way, because it's like if you need to create a new post, it's difficult. But if you can just mention your tool, it's easier. It's like creating a new guest blog post or insert your tool in existing.
I like it. So we're basically listing out these, I call them money keywords in SEO, but it almost sounds like money Reddit keywords.
Yes.
Kind of listing those out and using what was the name of the tool that you recommended for the social listening?
F5 bot.
F5 bot. Are we using that from the start? So are we making our list of kind of Reddit keywords, and then are we using this bot to find the subreddits and then checking the subreddit rules, making sure they allow for like brand mentions and
No,
such, and then...
just keywords, and it sends emails to me when someone anywhere uses it.
Got it. And then would you kind of then make a list of the relevant subreddits that keep getting pulled up, and then kind of make a note of the rules on each, so you kind of know for as and when you add, I don't know, add comment within each subreddit, or is there like an etiquette to this?
So there are countless ways how can you use Reddit. So it can be like 5 full-time jobs. You need to choose how you can use it. For example, you can do only social listening in just comment, and that's all. You can create posts in this or niche subreddits, or you can, if you don't know what to post, you can just ask question. And I know even how some companies manipulate with this. They ask questions and they return, and they list their tool as a solution. But you just can ask question. If a subreddit allows to add your tool, you can add. If it doesn't allow, you can do this, or you can get banned.
Got it. And what would you say is, for folks like B2B marketers, founders that are tuning in, what would you say is the like most straightforward approach? Is it doing that, making that list of the keywords, finding the relevant subreddit using the tool you've mentioned, and then kind of starting to slowly get involved and like comment in those? Is that the simplest way to get started, or are there other things that you should do?
It's the simplest way, but if you want to create a community, you can at the same time create a community to understand how everything works, because it's difficult. Reddit has a lot of settings, and it's good. How to start? You also should create your account, but you also can create 3 different accounts. A brand name as a user, for example, Breaking B2B as a user, it's okay. Reddit has now Reddit Pro accounts, and you can turn this account into a business account. So what this means? So you will get all trends, all analytics. You can even host Ask Me Anything session as a user. It's something new. They just launched it, but I think it's great. So you are a business, but you use a username. You can create a brand name as a subreddit. So it's a community. It's your community, and I think even if you are not going to create this community right now, it's good to register this subreddit right now, so nobody else takes this name.
To own that.
Yes, you should own it. And a lot of people also do the third way. It's user from company, same from B2B. And for example, if you do reputation management and someone posts something not very good about your company, you can join and you can manage this, and they also see that you are from this company.
Okay. Are there any considerations we should take between having like a personal account and a business account?
I don't know, because I started this personal account, like Olena Bomko, and I just turned it into business account. It's not business, it's pro account, but yeah, I think it's called also business account. And I just have more analytics, I just have more data, and I can host Ask Me Anything sessions from, I'm going to do this, I think it's very interesting. From my account, so I don't need subreddits, because a lot of subreddits don't allow this, and I can do this. So I think you can just create just a profile and turn it into Reddit Pro.
Understood. Okay. Is there much we need to know in terms of the general strategy? And when I say that, I suppose to give some context. So at the time of recording this interview, LinkedIn organic reach feels like, at least to me, that the reach has dropped a ton in terms of organic posts, and it feels like actually one strategy right now on LinkedIn, it feels like find folks that are somewhat within your industry, whether they're competitors or whether your audience follows them or your ICP follows them or they're similar cross agency companies, whatever they might be, and then commenting on their post seems to get way more reach and impressions than your post itself. And also, like you say, right now, as one trend on LinkedIn, for example, build in public posts seem to be performing well when you share numbers and specifics, and like the hook, for example, has like a number of a revenue number or something like that. They seem to do quite well. Are there any strategies in terms of that, not necessarily trends for Reddit, but how your approach should be when you go into comment on certain subreddits, or you mentioned communities as well, that folks that are new to Reddit should consider, and I guess that's actually going to help them get better return for their time and energy?
I think it depends on your goals and resources and what you want from Reddit. So
Sure.
If you are going to and you're ready to invest in community, please, it's a great way, because you are the owner, it's your own rules, and a Reddit community can be your best channel, because communities is great, but it's also difficult to build. You constantly get feedback. Your users can ask directly your questions, but you need to invest in this. For example, in content strategy, and you will have problems with community. For example, you will have spam. And so if you are going to invest in this, I think it's the best way. So if you don't have resources, the best way to use Reddit is social listening.
Okay.
You get keywords and you join these conversations or manage something, or you suggest your tool. But if you're ready, it's great to create a community there.
Got it. Okay.
Because it's your rules.
Makes sense.
And most marketers, I didn't tell you, most marketers, how do most B2B marketers use Reddit? They run ads, and they start with ads, Reddit ads. But I think that it's not a good strategy, because they don't know Reddit. They don't know they don't know the audience, and Reddit hates self-promotion. But as I know, and especially with Reddit Pro, they allow you to use your posts as ads. And I think it's also a great way, like LinkedIn allows with thought lead ads.
Sure.
You can do this on Reddit.
Nice. Are there any other big mistakes that you see B2B marketers or founders make on Reddit?
I think that using different tricks, hacks, and even a lot of agencies use these tricks and hacks. I don't know, maybe short term it can work. If Reddit would find out about this, you will be banned, and it's possible that all your website link can be banned from Reddit. I think it's not good at all, so you will never can use it. Reddit, right now it's very difficult, because Reddit started, so it removes comments and posts without any violations, and it's bad, and you need to manage this, or you need karma, or you need account age, so it's 10 days or more, and without this you can't post. Or Reddit has a very interesting score, like credit score. It's they don't disclose it, but if you have a low score, Reddit will remove your posts and comments, and it's not very well. So you need to secure your account, so two-step verification, email verification, and posts. You can't, as I know, you can't use VPN, because they try to avoid any manipulation. It happened with me that I started getting messages, you can't Reddit filters removed your posts, and I started digging why. And it was because of the score, but you need to contribute, you need upvotes, and so everything, they promise that everything will be good.
Got it. Let's talk a little bit about LLM visibility. I'm getting asked about it a lot. I'm seeing it a lot when I'm doing prompts and searches in ChatGPT as well as Google that Reddit's pulling up. Especially like you touched on earlier, if you're looking for, I don't know, best X software or best X category, best X tools, all that kind of stuff where you've got that kind of bottom of funnel search where you're looking directly for a specific type of solution, tool, or even service provider, where folks in our case are comparing like B2B SaaS SEO agencies, even works there. Quite a lot of the time Reddit threads will be pulled up. You did mention it at the start when you're talking about the kind of the keyword strategy. Is there anything folks tuning in should bear in mind if they want to get cited more when it comes to LLM visibility?
Yes, they need to do audit. What already cited, and in the third table, it will be a table where you will list all the conversations that already exist on Reddit. And you can not only take them from ChatGPT, you can also use Google search and add Reddit, and you will have more discussions. Then you also can use, I told you about a new Reddit feature, Reddit answers. So you will have a big list of already existing conversations, and you can join and just suggest your tool. This AI chats can quote you, cited this information. And also building a community, it's also a great way because you can control the narrative, you can control the content you post there. A lot of subreddits don't allow this, and your posts can be removed, but in your own subreddit you can control everything. And also, if we are talking about visibility, there are a lot of advice that you can just ask question. So you try to ask the same question as your customer can ask, but of course if subreddit allows promotion. And I told you that a lot of agencies use this trick. They ask question and then they link to their clients tool.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my head just now, like that could work if someone's asking for tool recommendations or software recommendations or agency recommendations, that they could do that, or they could even get like a happy customer to just reply in the thread.
Yes.
I guess that's a bit more ethical if you get a happy customer and you
happy customer. Yes, it's totally, and it's a great way both to get customers, to get great reviews, and being in these answers in chats.
Nice.
It's just a lot of ways how to use Reddit, and I don't recommend to start with everything. Just step by step, depends on what your goals.
Are you using any tools? Are you doing it manually when it comes to seeing what subreddits are cited, like in LLMs and Google search, or using any tools?
No, I did this manually, and I didn't tell you about a very interesting Reddit rule. It's called Reddit's 9-to-1 rule. So for every 9 useful posts, you can promote one time. So I don't need a lot of these discussions because Reddit can't find that I am a spammer. And you don't need a lot of these discussions. I think 15, it's enough to be cited. But you need to post useful comments, useful posts, and then hide this maybe self-promotion between these posts. It's how Reddit works. You need to be useful and sometimes self-promote.
Got it. It's almost like LinkedIn posting, right, in that aspect. Like if you constantly self-promote in your own posts, then no one's going to care. But if you're actually sharing stuff that's, I don't know, whether it's a hot take or a useful idea or a case study or building in public or a problem you've solved or a how-to explanation or some unique research or something like that, and then you, I don't know, 1 in 10 posts you promote something, then it feels like a slightly similar etiquette in that sense.
Yes, but it's strict. And I don't know how business owners allow to use different this tools or like manipulations. I would be afraid to do this because I don't want to be fully banned from Reddit. And also to start, I didn't tell you that a user can have multiple accounts. So, for example, if someone uses Reddit to post screenshots to LinkedIn lunatics, you can create a second account for your business, and it's totally okay. It's not okay to engage between these two accounts, so it's manipulating behavior. But you can use it's totally okay. You can even use the same email. Reddit allows this.
Okay.
I tell you this based on my experience, because when I suggest someone uses Reddit to use Reddit, or I invited people to ask me anything sessions, and then no, I use it for different purposes, and so it's totally okay to create two accounts.
Got it. I suppose to wrap things up, there's a lot of B2B marketers that will tune into this. There'll be some B2B founders. If they've tuned in so far and they think this all sounds great, but what is, I suppose, the time investment that either myself or someone from my team needs to spend realistically, whether that's like X hours per day or per week, to make it a success, kind of following these strategies that you've outlined? If we pretend, let's say we went down the social listening route as a starting point, what should be the time investment realistically, and how long roughly until you can kind of see something, whether that's kind of your brand consistently mentioned and cited in LLMs, or if you're PLG based like you discussed, like starting to see some signups come in?
If you are going to create a community, you need to invest really a lot. It can be a full-time job, and for some companies, for product-led companies, for companies who are based on communities, I highly recommend this now, because it's cited everywhere. It's your customers, it's your potential customers, so I highly recommend this. But for example, my clients, all the team participated, and the founder also. It's huge time and investment, and you need to figure everything out. But if you are not going to invest so much time, you can just do social listening, and it can be even a couple of times per week. It's already okay.
And could you still see impact off that, i.e. maybe your brand being mentioned in LLMs and perhaps some signups coming off the back of it, even if you just did a few kind of posts a week?
Yes, but I recommend, and you know this from search engine optimization, you need to invest in bottom of the funnel, tracking these keywords, like money keywords.
Fair enough. Is there anything I should have asked you, Olena, that I haven't, that any B2B marketers or founders should know before they dig into the strategy that you've shared?
I think we discussed a lot, but it can be sometimes difficult even to decide what to do, and they just need to decide what they want from Reddit, and citation or community or building in public, and they just need to just open it and just observe what works in the industry, how the industry is already presented on Reddit. Because someone asked me, should I create a niche subreddit like sales or marketing, or should I create a brand subreddit like Breaking B2B? And I told them it depends on how your industry or your company is already presented on Reddit. Or I also read on LinkedIn, I think from someone from HubSpot, that someone else created their community and they just wrote to them to co-moderate it because they wanted to be involved.
Okay.
They wrote to moderators and they said yes, of course. And so you need to understand how Reddit already thinks about you, and after this you can, are you a big company or you're a small company, are you a product-led growth company or sales-led growth company, do you have resources or no? And based on this you can already decide what strategies can you use.
Got it. So long story short, kind of, it sounds like start with the end in mind, what you actually want to get out of Reddit, whether that's, like you say, whether that's like product feedback or building community or looking to mention your brand where relevant or something else, and also see what's already happening around your industry for similar competitors, like see how they're kind of structuring their Reddit playbook to give you some ideas on what's working and what's not. Awesome. I really appreciate it. This is going to be very useful it's been useful for me. It's going to be exceptionally useful for, I think, a bunch of marketers, because I think Reddit, especially at the time of recording, is a really, really hot topic, purely because it's just getting so much visibility on Google and LLMs. Plus, I haven't talked to many B2B companies that don't like the idea of building a community and getting more brand visibility. I feel like we're moving into the brand era of B2B and the mindshare era of B2B. So I think this has been a super useful episode. So really, really appreciate the time, Olena. Appreciate you sharing all of your wisdom. And with that, please do tell us more about how anyone tuning in can learn more from yourself, connect with you, and the best way to get in touch.
You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I live there, or on Reddit. I've started building my own community there. Someone even told that it's a new channel for influencer marketing. I'm not sure about this, but we'll see. So Reddit, LinkedIn, on my website, olenabomko.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Olena. We'll link all of those in the show notes and the description below. And once again, really appreciate the time.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
And there we have it. I hope you found this Reddit marketing masterclass useful. I know I certainly did. And if you want to join thousands of B2B legends enjoying my weekday newsletter, you're going to instantly unlock my 90 days to revenue B2B SEO guide, as well as getting daily updates on SEO case studies, weird B2B marketing plays, podcast updates, and much, much more. Head over to breakingb2b.com, hit that newsletter tab, and you can get stuck in. And with that, I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers.